Warm up. Get the blood flowing. Definitely got to make sure the legs are warmed up, so that's what we're doing today. Jog in place. All right, ready to do some squat jacks. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place. Squat jacks. Work really good. Warm up the legs. Jogging in place, warms up the legs and gets the heart pumping. Right. One more round. All right, that is the warm-up. Like I said, the first round of exercises will be muscle activation, kind of isolation for quads, hamstrings, and the glutes. So we'll do 3 exercises. Start with the quads, move to the hamstrings, then to glutes. Good morning, Baller Gang. Welcome in, welcome in. Just did our warm up. Now we get ready to move into the exercises. So, hope you are having a great start to Wednesday. And most of these, you don't even need equipment for. You just need a little bit of space, and that's it. So definitely a simple, quick leg workout that can be done anywhere, pretty much. So for quads, you want to sit up nice and tall, legs straight out. And for the isolation exercises, I actually do more reps because we're not using any weights and we're not necessarily doing any big movements. So for these, the rep range would be 15 to 20. So if you're just starting your fitness journey, I would start with 15 and then build into doing 20. So just go with your pace, do what you can do if you're going to work out as well. All right, so the big part about this is you want to focus on, for the quad ones, contracting the quadriceps, which is the front of the legs. And so for beginners, I typically have them place their hand on their quad so that they can feel when they activate the muscle when they lift. So having that feel cue and then the visual cue. So I also, when I do legs, I typically wear shorts so that I can see the muscles when I'm working out. So you don't have to do that, but I like the visual cues of being able to see the muscles when I'm activating them. So you're going to start, you do one leg at a time. You want to keep your legs straight the whole time, but contract mostly your quad. So you want to be thinking quad contraction, quad contraction. You're going to do 15 on each side. You're just gonna lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Relax that leg, other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And as you get used to this, you should be able to contract that muscle even more and really get maximum contraction out your quads. Initially, you might only get a small contraction, but that's just because you haven't been doing this repeatedly and making that muscle memory. So definitely don't worry if your initial contractions aren't that big. Just make sure you're actually contracting. That's the big thing. When you're doing the exercise, you want to make sure the muscle you're working is the muscle that you feel contracted. Alright, now for the hamstrings, you're just going to flip over on your belly, and it's the same movement. Leg is straight, but you're lifting with the hamstring. Okay? So, you're going to switch over, and then you can sit up or you can lie down, doesn't matter. You want to focus on hamstring. You're going to do 2 on each side. I'm sorry, not 2. 15 on each side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now don't worry if your range isn't as high as a lift to start. Like I said, most of these you just have to get used to after doing a few times. And then, so even if your leg only comes up a little bit, as long as you're contracting those hamstrings, you will get better at the exercise. So just focus on that contraction and not necessarily getting your leg high, but making sure you're actually contracting the hamstrings when you're lifting and then contracting the quads when you're doing the other one. Alright, third one is going to be bridges. These, you activate the glutes as well as a little bit of hamstring. So you'll get both with the bridges. Alright, I'm just going to turn this way. I have down. So your focus here is using your glutes to lift the hips. So when you come up, you want to make sure you squeeze the glutes at the top. So you want to pause at the top and make sure you get that contraction. And we're going to do 15 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Yes, some of these may seem simple, but they're important because if you can do these when you move into squats and lunges and all those exercises, you know how to contract the proper muscle and have the correct posture. So these are an important foundation for all the lower body exercises. So just, you got to get them done, even if they seem too simple. Sometimes simple is the way to go. Sometimes simple is the way to go. Alright, got round 2 of that. And these, you shouldn't need too much of a break in between because they're not as taxing. So definitely don't rest too long in between exercises and in between sets, even in between rounds. Alright, back to the quads. Hand on the quad, contract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Alright, flip over for hamstrings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, round the bridges. Remember, hold at the top and squeeze those glutes. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Round 2 complete. Got one more round of the activation exercises. Getting the leg muscles nice and warmed up. Ready to work. All right, round 3 of activation. Sit up nice and tall. Quads 15 on each side. Squeeze that quad muscle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It. Flip over. Get the hamstrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, got 15 bridges. Make sure we squeezing those glutes. Hold at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. And that is the activation exercises. What's up, Mello? Just in here getting the leg workout in. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Running what, Mello? Alright. Next round. It's getting bright. Let's see. Jump up a little bit. Yeah, I could probably be back on for Apex this afternoon or this evening. I have a training session after my stream today. But yeah, we could definitely run some Apex. This camera is killing me. Moved up to standing exercises. Alright. So we are going to do some squats, a Romanian deadlift, calf raises. Those are the 3 for the legs. Right? And we're gonna do like a basic like beginner squat. So don't worry, we ain't gonna be doing all these deep squats, none of that. Just a basic squat to practice activating the glutes during the squat and not necessarily just the quads. And then for the Romanian deadlift, that'll be glutes and hamstrings. So we'll end up hitting glutes twice. And then we'll do some calf raises. And all these you can do with weights, but weights are not required. Not required. All these you can do body weight as well. Alright. Now, we're going to start with the squat. We're going to do, always start with 15 to build up the endurance and the repetition. So, for your squats, you always want to make sure you have a good balanced stance with your feet. So, let me see. I'll show you front first. So right now, you can see the distance between my legs as they go down. You don't want to be squatting with your feet so close, but you also don't want to almost be in a split. So, a good balanced stance. If you play sports, you know what the good balanced stance is. That's what you want. And you want to make sure the whole squat, you're basically planting your feet into the ground. So if you can imagine when you grip with your hands, doing that with your feet against the floor so that you keep that balanced stance so you don't go forward and you don't go backwards. But I'm going to turn for the rest of the squat. But that's just to show you the balanced stance with the feet. And for my beginner squat, I literally just have you drop where it's still comfortable. And so the key is when you come back up, making sure you're squeezing your glutes. So when you come up, you get that nice pinch at the end in the glutes. You're not pushing forward, you're literally squeezing the glutes. So you go back down to where it's comfortable. When you come up, squeeze the glutes. That's 2 for me. We're doing 15. Down, squeeze the glutes. 3. Down, squeeze the glutes. 4. Down, squeeze the glutes. 5. Down, squeeze the glutes. 6. Squeeze the glutes. 7. Squeeze the glutes. 8. Squeeze the glutes. 9. Squeeze the glutes. 10. Squeeze the glutes. 11. Squeeze the glutes. 12. Glutes. 13. 14. 15. Alright? So when you're just trying to get in shape and you're just trying to work on your glutes, you don't necessarily have to do like the super deep squats that they do in weightlifting competitions and different things like that, because they're graded on that. But if you're just working out because you want to shape your butt a little bit, you want to get a little bit better shape, you don't necessarily have to do the deep squats. You just want to make sure you get maximum contraction when you come up. Like, that's the important part. So definitely go within your capability. Like, everybody's not super flexible. So whatever your capability is, you just make sure when you come up, you squeeze those glutes. Squeeze those glutes. Alright. Now we got the Romanian deadlift. This one, you're going to bring your feet in a little bit. They're not super close, but they're not as wide as the squat either. So bring it in just a little bit from the squat. And you're going to bend your knees slightly. You're going to have a nice cushion in the knees. And the rest of this movement is all at the hips. Okay? So you're just going to let your hands hang. And from here, you're moving at the hip. Butt is dropping back a little bit. That's it. Okay? And so that's the movement down. When you come up, Squeeze the glutes. That's what you want to do. When you come up, squeeze the glutes. We're going to do 15, 2, squeeze. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's the Romanian deadlift. It's a simple movement, but the goal is not getting all the way to the floor. It's literally, you get that bend in the hips, and that gives you a little bit of stretch at first. And then when you come back up, squeeze those glutes. Glutes and hamstrings, get a good squeeze there. Alright? Oh, Mello, I'll play it again because I don't think it's on the screen for my workout. So I'll play it when I switch over. I got you, Mello. Alright. Then, of course, yeah, calf raises. Nothing too complex with a calf raise. This you can do with or without weights as well. Just nice balanced stance. All you're doing is rising up on your toes. We're going to do 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, Mello. If you want nice glutes, nice butt, when you do the exercises, you got to squeeze the glutes. Otherwise, they're not going to change and they're not going to look no different. So, you got to squeeze the glutes. Alright, y'all. That was round 1. Round 2, I'm going to show you what it looks like when I use dumbbells. Like I said, weights are not required, but the first round I did just body weight. Second round, I'll use a couple dumbbells so you can see what it looks like with weights. But weights are not required. Not required. Dun, dun. Alright. Let's sneeze. Weights, squats, alright, like I said, between each round, anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute is a good amount of rest after you've done your complete round. And then, like I said, over time, you won't need as much rest as your body gets used to all the exercises. Alright, back to the squats. Nice balanced stance. Squeeze the glutes. I got you, Mello. I got you. I got you. But you gotta let me know, like, what you exactly want me to do if I put that in channel points, so I know what that means. So you can just message me and be like, title it, squeeze the glutes, and this is what you do. And I got you. I got you. Alright, 15 squats. Squeeze the glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, that's the squats. Now we got the Romanian deadlift. Oh yeah, I got you. I always take suggestions from you guys for the channel points, challenges, anything like that. I got y'all. All right, this is the Romanian deadlift with the dumbbells. Like I said, your arms are just literally hanging. So you can pick a light weight if you use weights. You don't have to. The weights is just kind of a progression. Always have that slight bend in the knees. Drop down. Squeeze the glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. You got the calf raises. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so there's lots of variations you can do. So just like I just did, you can do one round all body weight, you can do a round with weights, you can do a round where you mix and match. So there's always different ways you can make this more challenging for yourself. So don't feel like you're always stuck doing things a certain way. There's always some variety to the way we do exercises, the way we do routines. So just play around with it. Have a little fun. Play around, have a little fun. Working out doesn't have to be dreadful. Dun, dun. All right. Got one more round of legs. I'm going to do my last round with the weights again. Give me 1 second. Alright, back to the squats. Nice balanced stance. And of course, you're always breathing. Alright, go to your comfortable depth, squeeze the glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. All right, Romanian deadlift. Bring my feet in a little. Nice balanced cushion knees. 15. Let your body flow with it. Bend at the hips. Come up and squeeze the glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One other quick thing with the deadlift. When you're going down, you get your spot, you can see how flat my back is and my shoulders are back. You don't want this. You want to keep back and core nice and tight through the whole movement as well. You definitely don't want to be slouching with it. Okay? So always make sure shoulders are back, keeping back nice and tight. Alright? Got calf raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, so that was 3 rounds. Squats, Romanian deadlift, calf raises. And so my big thing is always pay attention to your form, because form is where people get hurt or just don't do things properly and then don't want to exercise anymore. What's up, Common? So definitely take it slow and pay attention to your form no matter what exercise it is. And it's always safer to start with no weight or a light weight instead of trying to go heavy all the time. What's up, Big Jim? So pay attention to your form and start with lightweight until you got the form down, and then you can increase the weight or add weight. So most of the exercises you can start with body weight as well until you get the motion proper and feel like you're using the right muscles. Yeah, Common. Like, people forget that you don't have to use weights, especially when you're starting out. You do not need to use weights. Like, just move your body and do it correctly. And eventually you can add in weights. But weights is not always a requirement. Like, I like using weights, but they're not always a requirement. Especially when you're starting out. Like, doing stuff body weight, you'd be surprised how much of a difference that'll make and how you feel and how you move. Just being able to move properly during certain exercises. So don't ever let anybody make you feel bad if you do things in the body weight and not using weights. Like, you can tell them to shove it. You tell them to shove it. Like, don't let them make you feel bad. Start where you can and be safe with your exercises, because the last thing I want is anybody getting injured as well. Like, injuries, I don't like injuries for any reason. So I'm big on learning proper form and then progressing later on into being able to do heavier weights and all that stuff and more complicated exercises. When you first start out, keeping it simple and low weight or no weight, just to make sure you know how to move your body properly, is the way to go. Alright, we'll do a couple abs, then we'll move into some 2K. I'm going to have to adjust my camera real quick because I'm going to do the plank. And I got to get down. Okay, I think that's as low as it goes. Get my timer so we can do 30 seconds. Stopwatch. Now, the plank is a simple but can be difficult for a lot of people. So if you have to start with 5 or 10 seconds, do that. Do not feel bad about it. If you have to start with 5 or 10 seconds, do that 5 or 10 seconds a couple times until your body gets stronger. Okay? So, like I said, any exercise that we do, start where you can. There's nothing wrong with that. The goal is, over time, that you get better, you get stronger, and you're able to do more. So, Start where you can. That's always what I say. Start where you can. And don't feel bad about it. Alright. Get ready to do this plank for 30 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. Start. You always want to make sure you're breathing during the plank. You want to keep your abs, back, and glutes nice and tight. Keep your body as flat as you can. And breathe. Alright. 30 seconds. Yeah, when I first started learning all this stuff, like the plank was an enemy. Like I hated it. But it is definitely like a very basic, good exercise where you don't need equipment and you don't need a whole lot of space. And you can go at your pace. So like I said, if you have to start with 5 or 10 seconds, start with 5 or 10 seconds. And after a week, build it up to 15. And then just keep going from there and build it up and build it up. Okay? So, like I said, do not feel bad for where you have to start. The goal is just to get better. Not necessarily worry about where you started, but worry about where you're going and worry about improving. Those are the big things. You just want to improve upon everything that you do. No matter where you started, you want to improve. Alright. Here's my medicine ball. I'm going to do something that involves a little obliques. Alright. Got some medicine ball rotations. Pick up my feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, and that's my 2 abs for the day. Abs / core. The plank is definitely entirety of the core. So people think the abs is your core, but your core is literally from your shoulders down to your hips. Like everything in the front and the back between your shoulders and hips is your core. So that's why the plank is so difficult, because you're required to engage so many muscles. Hey, what's up, Blue? 4 months, let's go. Future sugar mama, I know. As soon as I got into that conversation, I knew I was not going to be able to let it down. But it's all good. It is all good. Thank you for that. Resub, 4 months going strong. We just in here getting the workout in before I start gaming. We did legs today. Now I gotta do some abs, some core work. You know. Oh, no problem, Blue. I appreciate you coming through, dropping that sub and hanging out. Alright, let me get this. Oh, I'm feeling great, Blue. Like, working out puts me in a great mood. So, actually, getting workouts done in the morning is what I primarily would prefer. But I do some in the evening and some in the morning because I like to mix it up a little bit. But I'm feeling awesome. How are you feeling, Blue? Awesome. I was having fun with y'all in chat yesterday. So, I'm chilling. Alright, let me get this plank in. 30 seconds. yeah, it's definitely Workout Wednesday. Like, I got Workout Wednesday, WNBA Wednesday, everything falling on Wednesday. It's all good, though. These 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, got one more round of those abs. Also, guys, people don't really pay attention to it, but the abs, the obliques, and your lower back muscles are primarily like a stationary whole muscle group. So that's why the plank is so good for it, because the plank is literally you engaging all those muscles in a stationary stance to protect everything inside. And so people get in the habit of trying to do all these like crazy movement things. That's not what they're for. They are literally a protective layer for everything inside your body. So the plank helps engage every single one of those muscles, front and back side. So definitely work on your plank. Like, I'm not trying to get y'all to get it to like 5-10 minute holds, but work on your plank. If you can get up to 30 seconds, even a minute, like, your core is going to get so much stronger without you having to like move it or do something crazy. That's the nice thing about the plank, is it's not going to put you out of position where it gets crazy. What's up, Dabs? So definitely work on your plank, and you'll be surprised how working on your plank will also help you do the push-up better. Because the push-up literally is a moving plank. That's what it is. Like, you should be able to transition from a plank to a push-up. That's how closely related they are. And that's why the push-ups are so good too, because if you've learned how to engage your core, when you do your push-ups, everything is engaged. Your core, your chest, everything. So definitely work on your plank. If you do not know how to do it, work on it. If you need some beginner tips,